Hey, how's it going, all you lovely people at Door Shutter, coming back to you with a brand new episode of the Craftoria mod pack, and today we are getting into making a squeezer. We're not going to be able to make a mechanical squeezer because we're not quite there yet. I'm pretty sure we could look at that if we wanted to, but we don't have any power gen, so it's not like it really matter. So we need some sticks. It's the one thing I'm missing here. And getting this should allow for us to take some blaze rods, which I did grab 5 between this episode and last, and only died a handful of times doing that. But this will allow for us to get a little bit better results for blaze powder, because we're actually going to do some power shenanigans today. So we're going to be using Powah to get power in this episode. I had to say that slowly so I didn't mess it up. But we need blaze powder, so we're gonna get some blaze powder here. Pretty decent chunk of blaze powder, not too crazy, but still. That is 4 timesing the blaze powder. Or, well, not really 4 timesing, right? Because you get 1 to 2, so it's doubling, basically. Okay. But we also need some clay. Just gonna take that out of there. And then we also... We're going to do a Thermo gen, just like we've been doing for the start of the pack, so that way we just don't have to worry about it. Waste coal, all of that stuff. It's a very good option. Let's see here. So we need redstone blocks, which I'm just going to grab a handful more stacks of redstone. And then we're going to need the dielectric paste, which is right here. So we need some coal. So this would be... Let's just get down to 10 blaze powder. Okay. And then, I mean, we could even look at the quest book and see if we can actually get some more stuff from this. Ooh, yes, perfect. Aha. Oop, I did not mean to pen that. But we're going to craft the next portion, which is the dielectric rods, which do require iron bars here. So let's just grab... let's grab 32 iron bars. And then let's go for this. Okay, so these 1, 2, 3, 4, and then we'll just half this, and then make the horizontal ones there. Perfect. So we're gonna grab a couple of these. Let's grab 16 of these. Should work. We'll turn 4 of them into the tiny capacitors. And then now we just need to make these, which I think I need more blaze powder for. Okay, I'm going to have to go get more blaze powder stuff. Where's that iron backpack? I'm going to toss all the stuff that we're crafting in here for right now. And what I want to do is grab... magma creams, which I did obtain, by the way, using the molten core from Reliquary, which is not a bad idea. This recipe right here, because I knew I was going to use these for potions, actually, to get fire res potions. This would be super helpful just outright, because then we're able to get... just get a little bit more progression, right? Because now we can take out blazes without too big of a problem. So let me get some potions brewed up. I've got to go grab the brewing stand from over where the 2 villagers are. But other than that, I will be back. Okay, I'm not done brewing potions, by the way, but I just came across something, and this is something, it just irks me, right? I don't understand why we have like a kitchen sink-esque mod pack, and then they do stuff like this. And you may be asking, well, what's this? Change the recipes for SNAD. Like, out of all the things that you could have changed, why SNAD, right? I mean, SNAD is overpowered. It definitely is. But that's literally the point of it. And then when you do stuff like this, where now I've got to go get Earth Essence and Bument Chambers and all of this stuff, I would never use this. Like... I'm removing this. Okay, the recipe has been altered back to the original, so I can now do this, which is beautiful. It's one of the things I'm not too upset about it, because I understand But at the same time, the mod pack to me was kind of like, here's all these mods, explore and do all of these odds and ends, and then all of a sudden, hey, yeah, do all these odds and ends with an asterisk because you can't do fast farms in the beginning of the game. Why would you want to do that? And I mean, this is literally soul sand, like cactuses and sugarcane. Like, we aren't going to be going and building massive farms with the other stuff, right? So, just interesting. Just want to let you guys know, because I don't like just changing the mod pack and randomly, at the end of the day. I do want to keep some consistency, but yeah, just some things, Some things. What in the criminal behavior? The sink is empty. What? This is an outrage. This is an absolute outrage. This is not a default mechanic, right? This has to be like a configuration option. And also, apparently, whenever I changed that, it actually changed it immediately in game. What is happening? Like, okay, I want to make sure, just we're clear, I'm not hating the mod pack, right? This is just me finding quirks, and I'm changing them because I will not do this. I'm not having a repeat of all of Fabric 6 or all of Fabric 7, and so far, we haven't had that issue, right? We're not required to use modern industrialization to get from point A to point B. We're not having to go through some weird loophole to make a mob farm, right? We're just having like these weird quality of life, weird things, right? Because this is a kitchen sink mod pack, right? You're supposed to be able to do whatever you want, and the only thing this quest book is here for is to guide you along. I would not know why you would change SNAD and change sinks and change a little bit of everything else, like some other things, because I know there's other recipes out there that have been altered. I'm not changing everything. I'm just changing what makes sense. And that, my friends, sink makes sense. Like changing this back, changing the SNAD recipe. These changes make sense. Why they were even here in the first place, that, to me, makes no sense. I don't really think there's a use for the sink if you have to fill it, right? Because it's a tank at that point. But, yeah, I mean, there's probably the infinite water cell. What is it called? Here as well. Oh, and this recipe's been changed. That has been changed. Stainless steel tanks. You just get a little bit of sprinkle of all of Fabric's little bit of crapulation or whatever you want to call it. I'm not changing this yet. We will get there, but that's a thing. And these are also ultimate tanks. So you'd have to get through mechanism, through modern industrialization, and 4 kitchen sinks. Which the kitchen sinks are the easiest part of this whole recipe. Because this is like teleportation cores, and that's ender pearls, and a whole bunch of other stuff. Just for infinite water in an AE2 system. Keep that in mind. Alright, let me get these potions, and I'll be right back. Alright, potions are obtained. Now I've got to go head out to the blaze area and just kind of harvest up some of these. And actually, I need to make another sword. Probably a diamond sword, just to make us a little bit better off. Let's see. Let's use a couple diamonds. I'll try and not to lose this one this time. Let's see. Do I have any sticks in here? I do have a piece of bamboo. Or is it 2 pieces of bamboo? 2 pieces of bamboo. Perfect. So let's just make a diamond sword real quick. And I might have some kind of enchantment that might make this a little bit better. That pushes you towards the hit enemy severing. Ooh, that's interesting. We got like a reliquary drop one. That might be a good option. Soulbound sharpness 2. Chance to inflict paralyzed on non-undead mobs and non-iron/snow golems. Higher health mobs decrease paralyzed chance. Protection, looting. I think we just snag these guys. These aren't high level enchants, but I'm not too worried about that. Where is my pocket anvil? Okay. So let me go out and get this going. But yeah, I mean, I'll pop over there and we'll do some talking. All right, we're in here, just taking out some blazes. Of course, fire res is going to make this significantly easier, as you can see. And yes, I've kind of made a little room with the pre-existing structure. And one of the issues right now is we have a whole bunch of these guys kind of just spawning on the outskirts because this is like a rounded room. So I'm actually going to work on that here. I want to kind of talk about plans. As of right now, I don't have too many because we're kind of getting into the pack for the first time. For like power and stuff, I'm not sure what I want to run this time. Because we of course did the culinary generator and stuff last time, which did work pretty well, and we only used the mycelial reactor for like a few episodes really. And honestly, I don't want to touch it again for a little while, just because I don't want to make it, you know, stale and boring, right? Ooh. Man, what mod adds these creatures? Like, I've got fire res for a reason, and then this guy just comes in with magic and kills me basically instantly. Like, that is so rough. Like, just absolutely destroying these guys for a few seconds and then just getting two-tapped by a blaze. Alright. But yeah, like, power, I'm not sure about yet. I know we have, of course, modern industrialization, and I've never touched the power system there yet. So that may be an option. I know for now we're going to get into thermo generators, because that's always just a good start option. So that way we're not, you know, wondering and trying to set up a new power gen system or anything of that sort. We can just kind of get into tech mods, such as MI, pretty decently quick. And I think that's a good option. So, yeah, I mean, that's kind of the first plan. So we'll get into modern industrialization to get, like, ore doubling as much as we can. And then from there, we're going to slowly just progress through modern industrialization as quickly as possible. And, yeah, I mean, this is base modern industrialization for the most part. And if there is some changes, I will look and see if we can alter them. Because I really want to play base modern industrialization. That's kind of why I came into this pack. And the reason I wanted to play this pack is for the modern industrialization being basically untouched. These guys are getting a little handsy. Okay. But yeah, so that's the plan so far. Modern industrialization. I want to get to AE2 as well, so maybe before modern industrialization we'll get into that, or maybe during modern industrialization we'll get into that. Like, we'll get a power system from MI and then go for it. Not 100% sure if that's a good decision or not, but we will definitely look at it. Okay, I think that's good on that side. How many blaze rods do we got? 19. This is perfect. Perfect, perfect, perfect. And I do apologize for kind of going off on tangents a little bit with the recipe changes and things. It's just, if you guys have watched my content long enough, you'll know that I really get irritated with changes similar to that. More on the scale of, like, I have bad experiences from All of Fabric 7 and 6 where recipes were changed. Because I think I even tried to bring back the All of Fabric 6 playthrough. Like, I tried to do a 2, like a take 2, with all the changes that were made to, like, modern industrialization and things like that. And I quit. I gave up on it because I really didn't like the changes, right? I want to play Mechanism. I want to play, you know, modern industrialization when I want to, right? Not when I have to be forced into it. So, just one of those things. But yeah, I think we're good. I think I'm gonna head back home, and I'm gonna process these real quick into some blaze powder, and then we will get back and make a thermo generator. All right. So, oops, I accidentally just cycled the crafting. I kind of forget that there is keybinds associated with these, so it's like rotating the grid is my actual pause and resume button for recording. So yes, let's grab 2 of these bad boys. Oop. There we go. 2 of these bad boys. And then let's upgrade their tier, which I should be able to do. Just need to grab a couple more of these guys. And that leads us to the basic tier. And this is going to be very, very basic power gen. It's not going to be anything that's going to carry us into the long game, unless we upgrade further, of course, which is an option. Let's also quickly check. What do we got here? So basic. We didn't actually get... Let's see. There is no thermo generator, is there? Because I see the furnator. Oh, basically get all tiers of it. That's interesting. Now what we have is the ability to use these pretty quickly. So let's actually get... I guess I need to build a space. I guess I need to build an area for these. So let's be right back. Let me come up with an idea for how I want to build an area or space for these, because we're going to need one. And yeah, be right back. Alrighty. We have completed the warehouse building. This is not really a big warehouse building, but it's going to be the start of our warehouse building. I know we're going to need to make it much bigger, but we can also expand outwards and downwards and upwards and stuff of that sort if we need to, which of course will be in the future. And I also did put this inside of 4 chunks, so if we need to go over, we could pretty decently on all sides. Not too massive, but still pretty decent. All right. Let's get this going here. So we are going to need to actually go get lava before we can actually do anything here. Well, I guess lava's the best option. Right? 1,000 degrees. Sooner or later, we'd want to get the blocks of blazing crystals, but right now we don't have access to those, so that's okay. So let's look at tank. The opposite of dank. The opposite of bank. So we're going to go for this recipe here. 6 blocks of coal, an empty bucket, and that should net us what we need. So empty bucket. Do I have any glass in here? I do not. A couple pieces of glass. And a couple 6 blocks of coal. Not a couple, 6. That is going to be the tank. And then 8 blocks of copper. I think we could manage that. Perfect. So how does this work? So there's bucket mode, tank mode. And this thing can only hold... What is that, 6 liquids? Okay. I don't know how much of the 6 liquids, but we're going to figure that out. So let me hop over to the nether. Actually, do we have... We do have like a pond of lava over yonder. All right, so we're going to turn this into bucket mode. So this is just picking up the fluid, which is awesome. Okay. Oh, so this is 16 per slot is how much we're fitting. So 6 times 16 would be our max. We'll just see what that is here in a second. Almost completely full. So 96 buckets in total. So if we shift and then scroll, we should now be able to place the lava. I'm going to unshift so I don't accidentally place it down when I don't need it, but let's go over here. And we're probably also going to need a couple other things, but for right now, we're just going to place the lava down. Let's place the lava... Let's place them right here. So generator, generator. And we're going to need the sink. And then we're going to need some fluid cables and some kind of energy cables. But we're not going to worry about the energy cables right now, because of course we don't really have anywhere to put the energy, which we will find out in the next episode on what we're going to be doing for that. So, let's see. What kind of fluid pipes cables do we have? So, of course, we do have pipes, right? We have the fluid pipe here. We probably have modern industrialization's fluid pipes, which we don't really have access to right now, which is this recipe here. We probably don't have access to mechanisms pipes. Just kind of looking at our options, by the way. Not really. I know what we're going to use, which is the pipes fluid pipe, and that's just because it's easier. We could look at the fluid pipe for modern dynamics, but I do believe to do that we would have to get the servos and stuff, which is this stuff, the extractor, which I guess that's not too expensive. Let's actually see how good these are, or you know how they are base tier really, because that's what we're going to be looking at more than anything. Redstone. Do I have iron in there? I do not. I have iron in here still, and then glass. So some fluid pipes, some extractors. These are a little expensive because the hopper, the funny looking bucket, more or less. So we really only need one extractor, because we're only piping out of... Hey, this is burning down. I thought fire spread was off. I thought fire spread was off on chunks. I made that mistake. Okay. That happens. Sometimes I forget things. You know, we're all human. We will reevaluate and fix this. I've probably done this once or twice in the past, in all honesty, as well. Okay. I think we're good. Let me fix this back up, and then we'll move the generators somewhere else. My mistake. All good. Okay, we are now going to not burn down the entire building by putting it in the basement, which I just made. So we are going to put one here, and then I'm going to fill this in with more of them down the road. But for right now, we've got two, and we're going to put the sink, I think, in the wall. Just like so. There we go. Get that cleared out there. We're going to put our fluid pipes here, the sink here, and then the servo here. Okay, and that should start these going, and there should be enough water, I think. I'm not 100% sure. Of course, we have upgrade slots and stuff. And it doesn't really tell me how much this actually moves. I mean, we could look here. Hold on. At dynamic... Doesn't really tell you. Okay, that's fine. It looks like it'll be enough, but that'll start generating power. So we've got power gen, which is beautiful. And I will get the rest, more of these off camera, just so that way we'll have plenty. And that is beautiful, beautiful. Okay, so with that, we're going to wrap this one up here. That's as far as we're getting. We've got two generators. The next episode, we're going to worry about what attaches to these, which is probably going to be upstairs. And we're going to put down some modern industrialization stuff sooner or later. I'm not 100% sure if that's what we're going to get into immediately. I would love to do that just because Orgen, but I also know that we'll have to get through several tiers before we even use these with modern industrialization. So, thank you guys so much for watching. Stay awesome, and I can't wait to see you in the next one. Bye-bye.